Geez, sorry, it's this early morning sun is like really bright. Hopefully I don't have to redo this video. But, okay, so basically they had some really bad encounters with Christianity, but it wasn't the real Jesus, because it was like, I don't know. I wasn't there obviously, but hearing the stories, it's like, that sucks. Anyway, so like learning about their prophecy and everything, that God said all this was going to happen. The Hopi Prophecy basically has to do with a series of events that happened in like the last 100 years that have all come to be fulfilled. It's got 3 great world shakings before God returns to judge the world. And it's their God, Malassaw is not God, he's the guardian of Earth. And he's who the Hopi met. And basically, though, he's doing God's work. And he says, I'm the first and I'm the last. So there's the Hopi Prophecy and the Prophecy Rock, where they draw, he's in the beginning with his like seeds, because it's like the natural way on earth. Lives humble and simply. And this was the whole trap of materialism, like the lore, and maybe it's the Antichrist, because they say it's the false Messiah, because it's like lured humanity into this other place where they became two-hearted, and they did these things on their own. And it's like the Bahanas, which is the white people, them coming to America was part of the prophecy. But then there's like the great white brother, who's Jesus, and they might not even really understand this, but I know that's real. And like, anyway, God brought me to the Hopi people through all these miracles and signs, and I can talk about it more late in another episode maybe, but basically what I was trying to get to is I was so depressed about everything. Like, I didn't see good in America because of like the woke worldview or whatever, about how everything was wrong. And like, but that's why I'm saying the remedy to that is Jesus, because Jesus, he says, he does not come to condemn the world, but that through him the world will be saved. And if you understand that all of this stuff, even the Holocaust was like one of the great world shakings. Like in their prophecy, they were given the symbol of a swastika, and they said, when you see this symbol, that means the end of the world is going to be there soon. That was World War II. And then I believe this current world was the third world shaking, because there's also some things that I know about that too, that actually have to do with the Hopi as well. So anyway, and Israel. So I just have to say that the remedy is Jesus. He's the one that these human theories and all these human groupings, these two-hearted people that have banded together against God to go their own way, they all lead to destruction. So Jesus is the only way to go back to the original. It's the be one heart. And you know, Bob Marley's song One Love, it's like, we gotta be one, but we gotta be one in God and Jesus. Like, the only way is that each human in their heart turns to God and like lives with that relationship. So anyway, so this is what changed me to be more positive. And I already knew that was kind of like a short time, I don't want to call it a phase, but it's like something I went through. Also, it was a really, really strong spiritual war, so I felt so lost. I felt like everything had been lost. But, you know, that grip can't keep, if you're working with God, that thing can't keep a grip on you forever, you know? So, for me, my life has been moving positively, even though there's still a lot of stress and trauma, but I've been moving in a positive direction, recovering my life. So, that's cool. But I wanted to put that out there because, as an answer to all these people that think they know what they're talking about with the world. They don't, because they're all ignoring the prophecy. And for humans, when there's like prophecies, that's like the number one thing that we can use to orient ourselves, because when they're coming true, that's a thing from God for real. So I think there's a lot of biblical prophecies right now in the end times, and Hopi Prophecy. Then there's like the new earth, you know what I mean, like the overcoming. And even in the Hopi Prophecy, it talks about Sa is gonna gather up all the faithful and bring them to the next world. And when the Hopi cosmology, that's the fifth world, the final world. That's the world where we're, and I read in one of their books, we won't need saved again once we get there. So that's like the new earth. So that's what we should be working towards. Like, we should not be caught up in petty arguments and fights, because all those things lead to destruction. We need to all get on with the real true God and the real path to life, and then work from there, because we're all needed. We've been born here on this earth for a reason. So we have to do the good work of persevering and pioneering in faith and righteousness for the children of the future, so that they can have the good life, you know, ending all this war.